Hi, I'm Michelle McCann, author and Divine Channel, and I am here to help you connect with God and the angels to live the life of your dreams and to help you find peace, hope, and comfort in difficult times. So, I'm creating a video series in response to my book, The Nature of God, The Revelation. And I received quite a few questions about the book as people were reading it. And I wanted to share some answers to those questions with the goal of helping you strengthen your connection with God and the angels, with your spirit team, really, with God, the angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. So a common question I received was, how can I build or strengthen my connection with my guardian angel? And that's a really great question because in the book it talks a lot about how working with your guardian angel first is really the pathway to start building your connection to the spirit realms, to God and all of the angels. Working with your guardian angel is sort of the first step. So I actually wanted to read a passage from the book. From the second part of the book. It's called The Nature of Angels, well, you can't really see it, but The Nature of Angels, The Pathway Back to God, which is a section that was channeled mostly by Archangel Michael. But what I'm going to read is the first part of that section, which is a chapter called Angels, GPS to God. And it was a message channeled by God, or channeled by me from God on March 7th, 2020. And it says, we are channeling an introduction to this section of the book to help Michelle publish by the launch party we have told her to schedule on June 15th, 2020. Since May of last year, we have been toiling away to bring this book to fruition, and we are keen to get it out into the world. Indeed, this is the revelation foretold in the Bible. The time has come for all God's children to come back into the fold. By that we mean reconnect with us, God and the angels, and to have a direct connection to us and to all beings that reside in the spiritual realms. This is possible. As we have said, Michelle is not special in her ability to do this. She has worked hard to learn the language of communicating with the divine realms. We want to be absolutely clear. You can do this too. Yes, indeedy. You may not believe it now, but if you listen to the words Michelle and we have written in these pages, you too will learn to hear our voices, the voices from beyond. Please know, though, that we are not beyond as in some way off place. We are right here with you, connected by energy at all times. Trust that if you call on your angels, specifically your guardian angel, to guide your path, they will help you. In whatever way you endeavor to connect with us, they will facilitate the actions you need to take, the books you need to read, the classes that will help you, the prayers you can say. Whatever will help you connect with us, they know the path. It's like plugging an address into a GPS. You may not know all the stops along the way, but you can trust. And in parentheses it says, as long as the GPS is not faulty, you are thinking, LOL, but the angels have no defects. You will get to your destination, a connection with God, the angels, and the spirit realms. Trust, follow our guidance, and let the magic unfold. Happy reading. Love, God. So with that in mind, I wanted to share a few steps that you can take to start on your journey with connecting with your guardian angel. So one of the first things is to ask your guardian angel to help you. So you can ask them to show you signs or synchronicities to help you increase your awareness of them being around you, and ask them to help you understand their messages for you. So asking is the first step. And then I also recommend, it's a good idea to create a sacred space. The angels don't need a sacred space to connect with you, but for you to sort of get in the frame of mind, to prepare yourself to feel like you're ready to hear the messages, it is really a good idea to create a place that you sort of make as your time and your space for connecting with the angels. So I started by just moving a comfortable chair into my bedroom, and then I set up a little altar with a angel figurine and some feathers and some crystals, and you don't have to be really elaborate about it, but just whatever makes you feel connected to your divine self, and something that feels uplifting and kind of heart-centered for you. You can go ahead and put that there. And then start a ritual. So you can get up 10 or 15 minutes earlier than you normally do and, go into the sacred space. Of course, if you share a room with somebody, that might be difficult, but, or you can go, to bed early, like 10 to 15 minutes before your bedtime, and set up that special time. I would actually set up my time at 6:30 at night when my husband was watching the nightly news, because I find the news a little overwhelming, so I don't really watch it very much. So that would be my time to go into my sacred space. And so I would do some breathing. I would quiet my mind. I would invite the angels and God and my spirit team in to give messages to me. And then I would also pull angel cards sometimes. I talk a lot in my book about pulling angel cards. And one of the other questions I got was, can you give more detail about how do you pull an angel card? So I thought that was a great question, because angel cards are really, they're a divination tool. They're a way of getting messages from the divine, kind of like training wheels when you're first learning, although people who are very experienced still use angel cards because the messages are really wonderful. But when you are not sure in the beginning, and you're just trying to, to start that connection, angel cards can be really useful. So the deck that I used is called Gateway Oracle Cards. It's by Denise Linn. And I ordered it on Amazon, but you can use whatever deck appeals to you. In fact, there's a section in the book where Archangel Michael says you can just tell people to Google it, and I laugh because I'm thinking Archangel Michael's telling people to Google, and then he said angels aren't antiquated; they're aware of our modern ways, which I thought was really neat. But anyway, so you can Google Angel Oracle Cards and see what stands out to you. But this deck, Gateway Oracle Cards by Denise Linn, is a great starter deck, and I still use it as my guardian angel deck. So when you get the deck, it's a good idea to sort of bless it and ask, the angels to help give you messages that will be helpful to you in your life and to help you be of service to others. Just whatever blessing feels appropriate to you. So it's a good idea to bless it. And then when you open the cards, this is a 44 card deck. It's a good idea to just sort of move the cards and kind of touch each card just to get your energy on each card. So you sort of, make it your own. So I recommend that. And then for me, what I would do, I don't know why, but I would shuffle 5 times and pick the top card, just because I felt like the angels would know then that's what I was doing. But other people will, shuffle randomly, will spread the cards out and just pick one. And it's important to know that the angels, they're magicians. They are magical, and they know what messages you need to hear. So you don't have to worry about picking the wrong card. I was always worried about that. What if I pick the wrong one? But what I learned is you're not going to pick the wrong one. They're going to make sure you pick the right one that you need to hear today. And then you can ask a question. So you can say, Guardian Angel, what do I most need to know today? What would be most helpful to me? Or you can ask something more specific, like, should I take this new job? Or something like, what can I do to release this fear and worry that I have? Whatever's on your heart, just ask that question and trust that they will give you guidance to help and support you. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. 3, 4, 5, and I'll pick the top card. And I did actually earlier ask the angels to give me a message of what I most need to know today. I should have started with that. But so I just want them to say, to give me a message for what do I most need to know today. And so the card that I got is Sharing of Yourself. I am an incredibly generous being. And so what I do is I look at the words. So there's words up here and then words down here. And then I also look at the images. And this is the image of a zebra. And there's a woman by herself carrying a torch, a light. And what comes to me is, it's kind of funny. I've been a little hesitant to do these videos just because, fear of whatever failure. I guess everybody has that. But I've had lots of people encouraging me, and I really am struck by this woman with the lantern and the idea that I am helping to bring God and the angels' light to others. I am shining a light on what people can do to to help increase their connection with the spirit realms by sharing my story. So I'm sharing of myself, sharing my story, my experiences, the things that help me, and now I'm going to help others. And so it says I'm an incredibly generous being. So the reminder that I am helping others by sharing of myself is really, really great. So this is a great message for me today. And then the other thing you can do, which some people think, is like cheating, but it's really not, is there's a little booklet that comes with the deck, and it has more information about the card that you received. And this is really great. It says the card meaning. I'm not going to read the whole thing. The card meaning, what the universe wants you to know, and then questions you can ask yourself. And it's really short. It's just a little couple little pages. And it gives more detail about the card. And so sometimes what I find is I get messages from the images and the words on the card, but sometimes maybe that card doesn't seem so clear. And so then I go to the book and look at the more in-depth message, and there may be a couple of sentences in there that I think, wow, I really needed to hear this today. So definitely encourage you to use the book, and don't feel like you're not doing it right if you're using the book. That's what the book is there for. So yeah, so that's how you take an angel card. And then one other thing I wanted to mention is people will say, and I did this, is, oh, this is just my imagination. I'm making this up, like the things that come to you, like the what I had interpreted with the image. You think you're sort of making it up, but really, there's a quote that I found that says, imagination is seeing with the eye of God. And so what I would just encourage you to do is try and trust what comes to you, and to take it in and see how it feels. So yeah. And then the other thing I was going to recommend is to keep a journal. So you can keep a journal of the messages that you received, and then ask some further questions or any other reflections that you get after you got the card, just to keep a note of those, because journaling is a really great way to connect with the angels, and that's another way. And so I also wanted to mention, some people feel a little uncomfortable with oracle cards. They feel like maybe it doesn't fit into their religion or into their belief system, and or just feel strange to you, and that's totally okay. So if angel cards are not your thing, that's fine. I know they work really well for a lot of people, but for some people it's just not them, and totally fine. So what I would recommend is journaling. So to ask your question, put it out to the universe, write your question down, and then see what answers come to you, and just write down whatever pops into your mind. The very first thing, speed of thought. That is your intuition. That is spirit talking to you. And again, you're going to think it's your imagination. You're going to think you're crazy. You're going to think you're making it up. But over time, if you start to, go back and look at these things, you'll think, wow, that was pretty profound. That was really helpful. So I encourage you to journal if you have the opportunity to do that. And just be patient and allow it to unfold and see what happens. So so that's it for today. I wish you much luck on your spiritual journey, and I hope that you'll check out my book, The Nature of God, The Revelation, to see if it's helpful for you in connecting with God and the angels. And you can visit www.michelledmccann.com, michelledmccann.com, to download a free preview of the book, to read lots of free channeled messages, of hope and inspiration that could be helpful to you. And then you can also sign up for my weekly email, which I send out on Sunday mornings, and then it has a channel message that may help you on your journey. So I recommend that you do that, or I ask that you do that. That would be great. And thank you for listening. If you find this helpful, or you think it may be beneficial to someone else in your life, friends or family members, I would ask you, be delighted if you would share it out and let people know about it. That would be great. And you can like it, and hopefully, let more people know about it. So I wish you much luck. Thank you for listening. Wishing you peace, joy, and angel blessings. And stay tuned for more videos to come. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.